So before the world was wrapped in fiber optic cables and satellites to serve our internet needs, all communications were done over phone lines. Now, it might sound really insecure having those two vastly different types of data trying to share the same infrastructure and networks, but don't worry, it was. This led to a sort of wild west of a kind of hacking known as phone phreaking. This came in all sorts of flavors. Some involved computers with dial-up modems, some didn't and just used payphones, and then some involved, and I couldn't make this up if I tried, the whistle that came in a box of Captain Crunch. One form of phone phreaking is called war dialing, which you may know as the thing that Matthew Broderick's character was doing at the start of War Games. War dialers would use a program that would automatically dial a list of numbers using the phone and modem attached to the computer. This could be a bunch of random numbers, a predefined list, or all numbers in a certain area code if you had a target in a set geographical location. If the program heard hello from the other end, it was a normal phone number and could just be disregarded. If it heard then you found a computer and could make a note of it and basically created an early indexer and search engine. You may have also committed a felony depending on who you connected to because of unauthorized access to computer networks and, the law, so nice going, champ. Now, before the days of data and our modern phone plans, phone calls weren't cheap, and that meant the internet wasn't cheap. So war dialers, and anyone else tired of giving up their precious quarters to call their mom and dad, came up with a form of phone phreaking called just the huge list of ways that you can make free phone calls. And it was so easy, guys. It was so easy to do this. It's legitimately nuts to me that this was just going on and people were like, that's the phone network for you. So all data being sent through phone lines had to be converted to sound, which, electrical wave signals, sound, same thing, who cares? So as long as you could make those sounds yourself, you could effectively trick the phone network into accepting false data. An example of this is like the coin mechanism on a payphone. Every coin you insert into a payphone has a specific tone or series of tones that tell the phone network exactly what money you put in. So clever phreakers figured out you could just make those tones and created a device called a red box that played the tones directly into the phone speaker, tricking it into thinking that coins have been inserted when you never actually paid. Some legends even tell of phone phreakers you could actually whistle these tones directly, allowing, on one hand, more discreet hacking, and on the other hand, you sounded like Monty Python's Life of Brian in the phone booth, so you win some, you lose some. In addition to red boxes, there were other colored boxes as well. A green box would play a couple different tones that would trick the network into thinking that somebody called you inserted coins, make the payphone just spit out a bunch of coins from its coin return slot, or allow the caller to receive their next call for free. Black boxes did a bunch of things that make the network think you never actually picked up the phone, allowing you to receive phone calls, no idea how that works. Silver boxes played various tones that systems would use for internal functions or maybe a sort of debugging, things that were never really public facing and weren't really helpful but just fun to poke around with. Now, if you've ever heard of phone phreaking and the colored boxes, chances are you heard of this next one, which is the blue box. It played a 2600 Hz tone that told the phone network that the caller hung up, but without ever actually closing the line, which allowed future calls out of the line to be made for free. Coincidentally, a phreaker named John Draper realized that the whistles given out in Captain Crunch boxes at the time also emitted a near-perfect 2600 Hz tone and could be used for phone phreaking. You could just go into a phone booth with a plastic whistle you got out of a cereal box and make free calls. And that was just a thing you could do. Could you imagine? Okay, imagine someone took the little glowing lightsaber spoon that they used to give out in Kellogg's boxes and went to the Cloudflare lava lamp wall and just waved it around and caused a massive SSL outage. That would be nuts. That you wouldn't stand for that. You wouldn't stand for it. I'm gonna try it. And again, probably goes without saying, but stealing's a crime. If you're doing something that costs money for no money, that is gonna get you in a little bit of trouble if you get caught. So don't. Now, this hardly scratches the surface of phone phreaking. There's so many legends and stories and ways that it was done. It's crazy. And if you want to learn more, as well as just sort of an overview of cybersecurity history and lore, there's a really, really good book that I highly recommend called Steal This Computer by Wallace Wang. That's where I got a bunch of this information from, and not to go full book review nerd on you, but it's so good. It's such a broad covering of so many interesting, I love it. You should read it. All right, I'm gonna go call my mom now, but I'm gonna pay for it because my heart's pure and I'm on her phone plan.